The movie begins with a mouth breather as he can't stop huffing and puffing, running in fear like something is chasing him. And he sends a message going, I abandoned my group because I thought I was special, but I'm lost now. Please help me. And this dude keeps exploring these mysterious, never-ending rooms until a door opens and we see this. So he loses his shit and bolts it, running and running until he gets to a door that doesn't open, cornering himself, and he dies by some black thing. Like, what is that? What is that? Now, the director of this film made a separate video that the yellow hazmat suit people work for a company named ASIC, where their jobs are to explore the backrooms, so they're basically NPCs just roaming around exploring. And when the footage ends, a group of people wearing white be watching it, and it's like, I just love it when the film doesn't explain shit for us. Yes! Back to present day, this therapist named Mary has a flashback of when she was a kid and had her home destroyed by an excavator, and I'm assuming this happened to her because her mama was a brokey who couldn't afford rent to move elsewhere. Then we meet Clark, who's a failed architect that now owns a furniture store, and he's clearly not good at it because it's empty as hell and the customers are calling it a ripoff. Not to mention he's behind on payments, so life's not looking too good for Clark, but his life ain't that bad because he still has time and money to go to therapy. Because if your life was a real mess, you wouldn't have the time or the money to attend a luxury like therapy. And this Clark dude, yo, he's got some issues, because when we learn his wife left his ass and he's told to reenact the night she left him, before they could even begin acting the scene, he's already triggered going, you mean the night she kicked me out of my own house? Because I'm the one paying for it. Yo, why are you trying to sound like it's a flex he's paying for the house? Like, was his ex-wife supposed to be the one paying? Bro's getting mad because he's doing the bare minimum. Also, the fact that you let your then wife kick you out of your own house makes you the loser, bro, not her. So they reenact the scene with Mary playing his ex-wife, and the scene is dude coming home, shit-faced drunk, and she's all like, why your ass always so drunk? You want kids, right? And kids cost money, so someone needs to work. He's still not answering why he's drunk all the time, by the way. Like, if he didn't spend all his money on drinking, then maybe they'd be able to afford to have a kid by now. Then he starts blaming her that it's because she's a law student, they don't have the money for kids, going, I'm stuck selling furniture because your fat ass won't help me. Rage bait successful. Man, this dude is clearly not ready to date now or back then. Bro, if you blaming a woman for your lack of finances, asking her to help you financially, you failed as a man, G. I don't care, bro. Like, this dude is clearly too broke and lacks any accountability to even be in a relationship. So it's like, yeah, it's no wonder your wife left you. But Mary lies to him going, that was a normal reaction. You're doing great. Why? Because she wants to keep getting paid and keep her client, which is proof therapy is useless. Because she knows damn well Clark will never change unless he wants and decides to change. But she doesn't have the stomach to tell him that he's the problem, so she's just gonna keep wasting his money. That's why Asians don't do therapy. Waste of money. Anyway, Clark dresses up as a pirate to try and market his cheap-ass furniture nobody wants, but loses aura in the process, so he takes it out on his employees. Dude, are you like okay, man? Shut up, you Jacob Elordi wannabe. Yeah, he's clearly not a likable guy that doesn't get along with anybody ordering these poor students around. And later, he finds some weird-ass red switch that seems to do nothing when he turns it on. Hey, did that turn something on? Nope, it's still a shitty furniture store. Soon after, Mary's commercial on TV pops up like, hi, I'm White Lady, and buy my book so I can scam you, because the truth is, only you can change yourself, not me. And Mary's at home like, will people even buy this scam or nah? Hey, yo, why she look like that actor who says she's gonna be a dad in that zombie show? They look very similar, no? So Clark continues to live life as a drunk bum, sleeping at the store with no working TV and crappy-ass lights that play hard to get. And because he starts missing his wife, the redhead ginger, he drives drunk to his old home to think more about his wife again, cause he horny. And wait a minute, dude's wife is a snow bunny? Yeah, they're not beating the allegations. Meanwhile, it turns out Mary's got mommy issues and takes pills to handle her mental health. As the film says, even the people who helps people for a living are human too and need help. But don't think taking pills is the answer though. Maybe she needs therapy. Anyway, Clark is drunk. Again, watching his competitors do way better than him, so he calls them pricks because he's the sore loser hater. Then the TV shows him the backrooms, and it's almost like something was calling him to find it, because dude goes downstairs and turns all the switches off to turn off the lights, but it doesn't work. Yeah, so it's not just his wife, but his own store won't listen to him. Nobody likes you, Clark. But when he tries the red switch, all the lights in the store go off, and seeing a glimmer of light, he checks it out and enters the backrooms. Oh, his stores are caustic. Yo, how did he even see that light anyway? Well, I guess someone's inspired by the Harry Potter. Harry-sama, you're the wizard. Nani? So dude does the whole, whoa, what is this sorcery? Then he starts checking out the furniture like, wait, if I steal this, I can sell this for $2.99. And he continues to explore, seeing a stop sign, a dead seagull. And me personally, the first Backrooms video made by Kane when he was only 16 actually has more of a scary feel than this movie he made. And maybe it's because in the film the rooms are just much brighter, or maybe it's the camera aesthetic that he used, because in this low quality POV, it feels like it could be happening to you. But yeah, crazy that he made this at 16. Even crazier that he made this Backrooms film at just 20 years old. So Clark proceeds to see this Bible character looking ass cutout board of an Adam and Eve wannabe, then finds a bag that belongs to Naren Warney, who works at Async, meaning it belongs to one of those yellow NPCs that we saw in the beginning of the film. And exploring room after room after room, suddenly, dude hears something. You speak of anger, Ash? Oh, hell no. So this man runs, and he's so lucky he enters a room he recognized from earlier, because if he didn't and went deeper into the back rooms, he's cooked. And he manages to escape. Hooray! Just to come back and steal a piece of furniture he can sell for $2.99.
So, double hooray?
So, Kane, you directed that a black man date a snow bunny and start stealing... What are you trying to say, sir?
And turns out he was being watched by a dude who looks like he goons the furniture. So Clark tells Mary about it and spills the tea. And she's like, you sure you're not drunk right now? Girl, how is it I pay you and you still don't believe my ass? So he tries explaining, but she looking at him like, this man crazy. And when he's like, all right, I'll give you the layout of the place, she looks at him like, oh, look who thinks he's an architect. Please, believe me. So, you sure your drunk ass didn't take a sip? All right. I'ma bring proof, then your Bella Ramsey looking ass has to say sorry. And I'm not gonna lie, Mary is not exactly a likable character either. Like, there's actually not a single likable character in the film besides maybe this guy. I mean, he was pretty chill. Also, the film keeps showing Mary having this piece of concrete with her handprint, and I understand that it's a big part of her past.
But if it was your past that gave you mental health problems, wouldn't it be better to then get rid of the thing that reminds you of your past? So shouldn't you just get rid of it? Also, what kind of grown-ass adult keeps a piece of concrete on their desk? She's very weird.
Then Clark asks both his staff who are sleeping together to pull up and help him film and explore the place. And when we see the same room again, there's a lot less furniture than before when Clark first found it. So... oh, he's stealing. Then the chill employee gets tied in rope and does what he's told because he's a good boy. And when dude goes down, oh my lord, it looks like it smells as the room's covered in clothes and things nobody wants. Then suddenly, and this chill guy bolts it, running for his life. And this is the part that annoyed me, because why Clark bring a rope but no knife? Like, this dude clearly says there's someone down there and he runs up for help, and what, nobody proceeds to help untie the rope? Even his girl keeps touching him like, it's okay. Girl, help him and stop touching his chest. You can do that shit later. And why the hell is Clark just standing there recording and not helping either? Because dude then gets pulled in by whatever thing is down there, and he's like, whatever you do, don't check my internet history, bruh. No! I'm asleep with your best friend, Nick. And Clark and the girl both go down too.
This was all Clark's fault because he knew that there was something or someone down there that's like moving around, and instead of like calling the police or law enforcement to like help out, he asked his staff to do his dirty work. So this is Clark's fault. Look what happened.
Man had a whole life of pot and huzz ahead of him, and now his ass getting dragged like he's a portable vacuum cleaner. And guess what Clark does when he finds out Chill Dude is dead? He steals the camera and runs away, not giving a crap about his other employee that's still alive. Oh, he's stealing. Now the backrooms are interpreted as never-ending rooms that are mirrors to our subconsciousness, meaning these rooms are a distorted recreation of one's memory, and in this case, Clark's memory. Which explains rooms that has a bunch of furniture, or a room with kids' toys because dude wanted a kid with his ex-wife, and rooms that are hella messy with a bunch of shit everywhere because he's a dirty boy. But more so a reflection that his life is a mess. So when we see a Christmas tree and this thing that represents a ginger redhead woman, one could say that thing is supposed to represent his wife and that something happened on Christmas. I mean, hey, maybe it's the day his wife left his ass. But yeah, Clark runs, and we see some rooms where I'm like, damn, they did not have to go that hard and do so much prep on the props when we only see it on screen for just a few seconds. Then hearing his employee on the other side, Clark pretends to give a shit while someone or something picks up the camera and approaches Clark. And we get a flashback of younger Mary who looks nothing like her Bella Ramsey looking present self. And the film says she had such a traumatic childhood because her mom wouldn't let her go outside and acts paranoid.
Really? That's it? And now you're gonna take pills for the rest of your life? What, because your mom didn't let you go outside and she acted a little acoustic? That's it? You see, Asians can't really relate to this, but I guess everyone different.
Like, this is where we Asians find it hard to sympathize with this poor victim, because when we see her fiddling with her concrete handprint, it's like, if that ain't the most performative shit, then Mary gets a message from Clark where he says, I opened the window and I won't be coming back. Which is a reference to her scam of a book, The Window Within, where opening windows symbolizes change in your life. So Clark basically said, I changed so I don't need your ass. And Mary, realizing losing her client means losing money, she decides to pull up to a store, not because she cares about him or is worried about him. Hell no. It's because she wants more money. And hey, yo,
She got the lazy eye.
And entering the store illegally, I noticed the pacing for this film could be much better because she spent 7 minutes of screen time just wandering around, not saying a single word. Also, the dialogue in this film could be greatly improved as there was not a single scene that made any of the main characters likable or had any sort of humorous, funny moments. And I understand it's a horror film, not a comedy, but a movie like Obsession, which is also a horror film, has dialogue that makes scenes super serious and super funny. It's the dialogue that gets scenes to make you feel bad and terrible for a character, and scenes that make you absolutely hate a character. And I believe it's that kind of dialogue that separates a good movie from a great movie. Now, mind you, the director of this film, Kane, is not responsible for the script dialogue. He didn't write it. And I'm glad he didn't, because the script dialogue was so bland, I couldn't care less what happens to any of the main characters in the Backrooms movie, whether they lived or died. Whereas a movie like Obsession was able to make people emotionally invested to the main characters largely due to the dialogue and script writing. It's still a good movie though, especially made by a 20-year-old. I'm just highlighting areas that can be improved the most moving forward. Anyway, Mary sees drawings on the walls that says the floor plan changed again. Roof is wrong, roof is wrong. I don't know who signed the plans, but the handwriting looks like mine. Why think in terms of magic? Be realistic. Here and now is a two-way street, which means they wrote down a bunch of gibberish just to try to sound deep. Then suddenly Clark pulls up, acting weird, deliberately hiding when Mary notices him. And of course she's not gonna mention how she was wrong for doubting Clark about the Backrooms, is she? But then hearing some unknown footsteps, Clark tries reassuring her by choking her out like a UFC fighter. Now, some people made theories that Clark choked her out to help her, because if he didn't, that still life monster thing would have killed her, but others believe he did it because he wanted to just kidnap her because he's out of his mind. But what do you think? And because the Backrooms are just never-ending rooms that can go deeper and deeper, when Mary wakes up, I'm like, yeah, good luck escaping out of a maze where you don't even know where the hell you are right now. So there's this looking thing that's just your average Caucasian beer belly man. Then there's Barbara, who's meant to represent Clark's ginger wife, and a dwarf with a Picasso face.
Interesting.
Then Clark breaks the ice, saying these creatures don't feel nothing as he stabs him, then says the best part,
You can eat him.
And how would you know that? How would you even find that out unless you did all sorts of weird shit to the still life creatures? Like, if he's like stabbing and eating these still life creatures, dude, I don't want to know what he did to that ginger ass Barbara he got down there.
So he gives her some food which looks like Play-Doh as he reveals his own assistant manager is dead for not cooperating when he was quote unquote trying to help her. Now he doesn't say he's the one that killed her, but I'm pretty sure he revealed that to her because he thinks no matter what happens, Mary won't be able to get out of here alive. And after seeing a real person's head chopped off, Mary starts acting very nice to Clark, going,
Let me help you. I'll do anything. Calm down, Hall, but first, we need to turn the lights off.
So he tells his still life ex-wife to turn the lights off, and she just ignores his ass. Dude, how your wife not gonna listen to you in the real world or even in your own reality you built from your own subconsciousness?
What a loser.
And with the lights off, Clark confirms that the redhead thing represents his wife because he tells Mary to reenact the day she kicked him out of his home again. But this time, he puts the still life's red hair on her and tells her to say that it's not his fault and that he's not in the wrong. So he's like, I pay for everything and I live this bum life because your fat ass won't help me.
I don't want to play this game.
Stay in character.
Fuck are you?
You know why your wife left you?
Because you always whine and blame everyone else except yourself. It's never your fault, is it? Isn't it?
Well, to be fair, if dude was rich, she would have never left his ass even if there was whining. Just saying.
Wait, let me get this straight. So, Kane, you made a movie about a black man that's violent, steals, dates a snow bunny, and now the therapist is saying he's emotionally out of control and blames everyone else but himself. You trying to say so? You trying to set him back?
Then Mary finally gets honest and says, I can't help you, it's not up to me, and that I can't save anyone. So even the therapist admits that therapy is useless.
That's right, folks. If any of you take therapy, just know it's a waste of time and money. The therapist said it herself.
And bro's just there like, damn. Should have told me this 30 sessions ago before you took my money. Then he decides to let her go, which was weird and unexpected, not gonna lie. All because Clark says he doesn't want to change, and Mary says, then don't. But suddenly, still life Barbara starts running, screaming for her life, and we're introduced to Clark's still life inner demons, Pirate Clark. And dude's like, it's okay, she said we don't have to change. But I guess it's because no one's allowed to leave the Backrooms or something, because Pirate Clark just kills Clark the moment he tried to let someone willingly leave. So Mary runs and sees this thing coming towards her, but the good news is that it's very slow, so as long as nothing happens to Mary, she'll be just Really, movie? Really? So the film purposely nerfs her, because if she was at full strength, that one-legged wannabe pirate doesn't stand a chance in catching her. And when Mary breaks his wooden leg so Pirate Clark can only crawl now, which means Mary now has the best chance to escape, Her ass trips and falls, triggering gas and starts crawling also. Oh my goodness, bro. What am I watching? This girl really said, let me match your energy. Yes. You want to crawl? I can crawl too. And when Pirate Clark gets on her, she uses her special concrete trauma rock and beats the pirate's ass with it, then successfully escapes. Yes, she can finally go home now. Except she gets gassed on the other side by them yellow NPCs and gets taken to the async facility. Again, referenced in Kane's other video. And I don't think async's gonna let anyone who knows about the backrooms just go home just like that, cause when she's interrogated by the man who goons the furniture, dude talks to her like he's constantly being watched by someone on the other side, and when she asks, what's gonna happen to me, dude first looks at the direction of those watching him, then says, that decision's not up to me. Which translates to, your ass is never getting out of here. And when Mary hears this, she smiles, looking like she just got a sense of realization, and I interpreted the scene that Mary thought that because she's a therapist helping others, she's convinced she's changed and that the window within herself is open and that she's escaped from her past. But in reality, it was always a front and that she's never opened her window, and that her being trapped inside a facility with the windows closed behind her symbolizes that no matter how many books she published or how many pills she takes or how hard she tries, her window will continue to remain closed and she cannot escape from her past. Also, interesting to point out how her mom ended up in a facility and now she's trapped in a facility as well. Then we see Mary's backrooms as the film ends with an ambiguous ending, not explaining anything, showing a still life of Mary trapped in a room with the windows closed. Basically saying the ending is up to the viewer's imagination. Which makes sense because the original photo of the backrooms posted anonymously in 4chan was also an ambiguous post, letting the viewers decide to their own imagination what the backrooms is like.
But with that being said, I personally like movies that just have like clear endings where everyone just knows what happens, because if you don't,
you get users on Twitter thinking Mary died or thinking that the still life version of Mary is Mary being watched as a test subject. Now, the film doesn't say if Mary is alive or not, but my assumption is that she's still stuck in the async facility where they constantly make her go into the back room so that they can learn more about it. And that still life version of her is her inner demon, just like Clark's inner demon, Pirate Clark. Cause I don't think there's any way async is just gonna let anyone who knows a lot about the back room just leave scot-free, but what do you think? It's open to interpretation, so I'm curious to know your thoughts and theories. And always remember,
therapy is useless and a waste of time and money. Hey, the therapist said it herself.
It is useless.
But, you know, overall, thank you so much for recommending this film. A lot of you guys wanted me to, cover this, so here it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy KC, and yeah, till next time.